Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're having a good day. What I want to talk to you about today are the dangers of flipping accounts. Now, flipping accounts aren't necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like if the trader knows what they're doing, then it shouldn't be much of a problem. However, I believe that flipping accounts creates a certain environment for that trader that makes it more demanding and adds more of a mental pressure from constantly flipping a small account into a more substantial amount. Being able to flip accounts requires skill and really hard discipline, in my opinion, so that the trader can be able to grow that account exponentially. And it is possible if you run the numbers. But that's why I wanted to make this video, right? To highlight some of the cautions and some of the things we should be wary about when considering doing these kinds of actions. The first thing I want to talk to you about is instant gratification. So when we see people hitting these high RR trades or these high percentage returns on their investment, yes, it looks good on paper, but being able to do that yourself can be very difficult if you don't know what you're looking out for. And so having that attitude of instant gratification within the markets can cause some form of imbalance in our performance, because instead of focusing on trades that can work, we're instead looking for those trades that offer us the big high return rates. And that's the thing that I want you to consider, that there's many ways of trading, there's many ways of claiming your profits. But if we're constantly looking for a certain trade that it's going to give us, that 27 RR, that 30 RR, then I feel like it creates a distraction within ourselves to not look for those smaller trades and to not look for those, small wins that can, over time can actually grow our account substantially. But let's move on to the next thing that I want to talk to you about. And that's having the characteristics of being impatient. Being impatient in the market because we're always seeking to get involved in a trade. It can be a good and a bad thing, right? Like, have you ever sent an email to someone without proofreading it because you were in a rush? It's kind of like that. This has happened to me before, where I have the trade all set up and ready to go, but then I miss one small detail, and that's actually what causes my trade to either stop me out or break even. It's kind of unfortunate because, there's the goal of reaching a certain level on your account, and so trading with that impatience can actually create more slip ups than we anticipate. So that's something that you should be careful about if you're considering flipping an account, is enforcing the characteristics of being impatient within yourself. I understand that once you hone down on your strategy, once you hone down on your edge, you're able to see that strategy develop itself in the markets like that. It kind of becomes more second nature. That's when I feel like being impatient within the markets is not a bad thing, because you've already honed down on your strategy so well that is practically second nature for you. You understand how it works and how it develops. And so something else that we should be cautious about when flipping accounts is having the mentality of risking more to make more. Now, that works great if you are trading your own personal account, but if you're working under someone else's parameters, it could present a challenge, because there are some platforms that look down upon traders that risk 4 to 5% on a single trade, and that to them that's high risk profile, so they'll probably just decline you. But I know there's some that, like, they don't care as long as you offer them a return. The point is that you're working with different conditions, and I think that this is something that we should be wary about, coming in with that mentality of flipping accounts and then transitioning ourselves into more of a prop firm environment, where the requirements are different, the risk parameters are different. And so if we're coming in hot with the whole risking 50% of our account, I mean, I'm just exaggerating, but coming in with such a high risk, high reward trade, I don't believe that we will last very long in a prop firm's desk. But I believe it works great if you're working on your own funded account or on your own personal account, where you're risking 4 to 5% on a single trade. If you know it's going to work, and then yeah, it can certainly pay off. And if you run the numbers, if you do the math, you can actually grow an account by compounding that, and then be able to reach it to something that you're proud of. Now you're just depending on yourself, you're not depending on a prop firm. That's all I wanted to talk to you about today, right? Because trading is more of it's not just a trading skill, but it's also a personality skill. Because if we come in hot with our own ego into a new environment, that can present itself its own challenges. But that's the thing I wanted to talk to you about, right? It's just to be more conscious about how you feel about internally, so that when we actually do transition over to a platform, or we are managing a client's money, we don't want to be behaving in a way where it's high risk, high reward, or we're trading in a very high pressure environment, and therefore it affects our performance. All right, so I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know if you're flipping an account. That'd be cool, right? All right, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.